Hey guys, I am going to go over some information about the writing plan. How do you get to writing? How do you access the benchmark writers universe? I'm going to go over that in this video and other resources that I have. Now, one feedback I got from parents and students is that some people couldn't watch the videos that I created. Now, my guess is that some parents and students are using computers that block YouTube because all of the videos I do are through YouTube. So what I did was I added this video help page, and on the video help page, I organized it so that the videos I created, I can add here. Now, a lot of hopefully this will help. I'm thinking, because in the past, the computers at school do not allow YouTube, but the workaround is that teachers are allowed to upload YouTube videos to MyConnect that inform and support learning. And I know that even though the YouTube's blocked from our school computers, we can access YouTube videos that I upload to the website. So I added that here. So you can see an old video I made last year that talks about how to use Flipgrid, but specifically if you want to add Flipgrid onto a cell phone, how you can upload it to your cell phone and use it as a phone app. This video shows you that. And some other updates that I've done are here. Now, please let me know, those of you who are having issues accessing the YouTube on my website, does it help for me to also post the videos here so we have like a video library to support you? Let me know if you are able to access it. I also added a spot for the links to Zoom videos. I can't embed the Zoom videos here because that would require me to put Zoom videos on YouTube, which I can't do for privacy reasons. So I'm gonna upload the link here, and then you can click it and watch the Zoom video in Google Drive. So it's not embedded here, but the link is here. And I'll update this whenever I need to. Now, in order to get to writing, you're gonna click Benchmark Writers Universe. And then the Benchmark Writers Universe is going to load. And the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to assignments as soon as Benchmark Universe loads. Inside of assignments, I have assigned everyone, which some of you've seen already, I've assigned everyone a writing assignment. So you're gonna click informational writing and it's gonna open this. You're gonna click open. And the first time you open it, you're gonna go to this page. It says about the genre at the top. Under that, let me use my pen. It says about the genre here, but under that, there are multiple pages. These pages are right here. We have home, we have introduction, we have features, we have mentor text, we have analyze. Before you even get started writing, you're going to learn about, well, how do I write an informational essay about a science topic? And these 5 pages will help you learn about that, and it'll show you an example. So on the first page here, what you're going to do is you're going to watch this video by clicking play. After that, if it's going to let me load, you're going to go to the introduction. The introduction will have a second video for you to watch. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and watch that video. After you watch that video, you can see it's under 2 minutes, it's short. After you watch that video, you're going to go to features, and this graphic organizer talks about what are the different parts of an informational essay for science. And so in the middle, it has the topic. The topic is informative, explanatory science. And that's just talking about the topic of this graphic organizer is an explanatory science essay. What is it? What are the parts? Well, we have an introduction of the topic. That's the first part. of an informational science essay. You have to introduce the topic, and that is in paragraph 1, the introduction. Another thing they say is important is grouping of related information. What related information do you have on the topic? We're going to go over that inside the essay. Key scientific terms and concepts. Now, especially in science, there are some terms that are very specific to the type of science you are using. So you may need to define a word or a phrase because it is specific to the topic you chose to go over. So going over vocabulary will be helpful here. Another thing is facts, details, definitions, quotations, and examples. So they're saying you need to give us details about the topic you choose to go over. You're going to tell us facts. Quotations are evidence. You're going to use evidence, which means you're going to have to do research. You're going to have to do a Google search and find good and find some topics for you to talk about. After you choose a topic, you are going to do Google search and you are going to find 2 different websites that you can use to find evidence and to learn about your topic. You're going to send me those. You're going to send me those 2 websites you choose, and I'm going to put a link so that you can go to the Google form, so you can send me those, so that you can send me your 2 websites. You're also going to use words and phrases and clauses that link ideas, because in any essay, this is going to be pretty true. Now, your paragraph 3 is going to be a conclusion, and the conclusion needs to be related to the information that you're teaching us about. So you're going to review, go over different things, and that's what paragraph 3, your conclusion, is going to do. Now, this next mentor text on this next page is going to really be helpful, because this is going to show you what I'm looking for. This mentor text is an example of what we're looking at, and notice that in this mentor text, it has a title at the top. The title is going to tell me what the essay talks about. The title for this is Insulators. After that, we have headers right here. And you know it's a header because it is bold. We have multiple headers, and the headers help to organize your writing. Now, not all essays have headers. Now, in some essays, it is not appropriate to add headers. In an informational science essay, it is encouraged. You have to use headers. Different types of essays, as you'll learn next year, as you've learned this year, different types of essays have different expectations. So whenever you do an essay, we go over expectations, because a different type of essay will have different requirements. So to review, your title introduces us to what your topic is. Your headers organize the writing itself. This first header says introduction, so I know that this paragraph right here will introduce the topic that the essay is going to talk about. Now, after we have our header, we have our introduction here, but we have a second header here. Now, this header is introducing the body of the essay. Now, the body of the essay is where we learn the most about your topic itself. Now, in some types of essay, your body is just one paragraph by itself. However, in other types of essays, like an explanatory essay, we may have multiple essays here. Now, let's count multiple paragraphs inside of the body of your essay. Now, let's count. We have how many paragraphs are inside of just the body by itself. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3 short paragraphs. inside of our body section of our essay, and that's awesome. How many paragraphs do we have in our introduction? We have 1 paragraph for our introduction. We have 3 paragraphs for our body. For our conclusion, we have 1 paragraph. Total, we have 5. We have 3, 4, 5. We have 5 paragraphs all together in our essay. Now, your essay should look very similar to this. Your essay should have 1 paragraph for the introduction. You should have 3 paragraphs in your body, and I'll show you how to separate that later, and you should have 1 paragraph for your conclusion. Now, you're going to notice your introduction and your conclusion both go over your topic. They both review your topic that you chose. They do it in different ways, but they both kind of go over the topic. And we're gonna look a little bit more specifically next. But when you go onto this page, I want you to note that a few things that you can use to help you. There are these buttons right here. They look like a magnifying glass. Now, if you click that, it's going to give you more information. So you click that, it highlights the very first sentence, and it says, writer includes a quotation from a reliable source. Now, where are you going to get this reliable source? Remember earlier I talked about how you're going to find 2 websites. Those 2 websites are going to help you find quotes that you'll use as your reliable source. You're going to submit those links to me. Thank you to those of you who have already submitted those 2 links. And then you're going to use those to help you write this. Now, this is a good example. I want you to use this to help you write your essay. I'm going to erase what I have on the screen, and then I'm going to go to my next page. So as I am erasing the screen, I just want to review a few things. Number 1, your title should introduce whatever your topic is. Number 2, you should have 5 paragraphs. Now, these don't need to be long paragraphs, but you should have 5 paragraphs. And your writing plan, which is in the pre-write stage, will help you to figure out what you need to have inside of your 5 paragraphs. Now, notice some of the paragraphs on this page are really short. Like the second body paragraph has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short sentences. This is not a very long paragraph. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I need to see in your paragraphs. And it's not a specific sentence requirement. I'm going to tell you what I need to see, but again, it's not a specific sentence requirement. It's just then we'll go over that as well. So the Analyze page asks you to look at these same things, but it's going to give you questions. What is the first heading the writer uses to organize information in the text? And you're just going to click through this page. You're going to click and you're going to drag it over to answer the questions. And you're going to drag it over here. So after you've done that, you're going to go to the next stage. The next stage is the pre-write stage. The pre-write stage is right here. There are 3 pages. Now, on the pre-write stage, the first page asks you to brainstorm. So what you're going to do is when you first come on here, I already did this in a different video, but you're going to click Add Idea to get started, and you're going to add as many different ideas as you can. Your brainstorm should be big and complete so that you can think of all aspects of your topic. Once you know your topic, I want you to really spend some time thinking about the different aspects of it so that this brainstorm can help you as you move forward. After you finish your brainstorm, you're going to go up here, you're going to click the button where it says choose. So click choose, and you're going to list at the top. You'll have the ability to list 2 or more topics, and you're going to think to yourself, if you can clearly state your topic in a sentence, then you're going to check the box for your topic. My topic was animals. I can conduct research to find information about this topic. I didn't check the box because I said, that's not specific enough, so I didn't check it. I know enough about this topic to get started. You check the box if you do, and if you don't, then you don't. I would suggest, if I was looking at this and this was a student's writing, I would say that this is not specific enough. Just plants by itself is not specific enough. Just animals by itself is not specific enough. Maybe you want to talk about a specific animal or a specific type of plant in your essay. Awesome. But this right here is not specific enough. Animals isn't good enough. You could say, I want to talk about bats. You could say, I want to talk about dogs, but you need to be a little more specific than what I did in this example. After you've done this, you're going to go to the next page. The next page is your plan. Now, here's where I wanted to go and spend some time on, because I think this page was a little confusing. This page does a fantastic job of breaking your breaking your essay up into the 3 parts. The first part is right here, and this is what needs to be in your introduction. Your introduction should introduce your topic. Your introduction needs to introduce topic, tell me what you're going to focus on in this essay, and it should introduce us to the question, your research question that this essay will answer. Now, this right here is your body paragraph. The second box right here, this is part A. We'll say this is part A. Part A is the introduction. Let's say part B is the body, and that's the second part. Box B is the facts. Now, you'll notice in the example we looked at earlier, the body section had 3 paragraphs. This first fact is 1 paragraph. The second fact is the second paragraph. The third fact is the third paragraph of your body section. The body paragraph has 3 paragraphs because there are 3 different facts that you're going to talk about. Now, this is the only section that's going to have more than 1 paragraph. Your introduction, all of this is 1 paragraph altogether. And the introduction for the example even had a quote from a reliable source to introduce the topic. You may do that as well. I think that's a fantastic way to start an essay, is by adding a quote to help introduce your topic. That's fantastic. You can do that as well. But for the body, there are 3 different paragraphs, 1, 2, 3. Each different fact gets its own paragraph. So make sure your fact isn't something too specific. So if I'm going to do an essay about, let's say, cats, I'm going to do an essay about cats. So I can't have one of my facts can't be cats breathe. Well, yeah, they breathe, but I have nothing to say about that. Yes, cats breathe, but I've said all there is to say, so that's not a good fact. I need something I can talk about. Cats are social animals is an example that works because I can talk about, well, why are cats social animals? How does that help them? Well, cats, before they lived in homes, they were wild. Wild animals need to be social so that they can work together to get things like food and other resources. Now, I would need to go do research to get more information about my idea. So this is what I mean when I say do research. I'm going to go to google.com and I'm going to say, for my specific one, I want to talk about how cats are social creatures. So I'm going to say cats are social animals, and I'm going to add for kids just to be safe. It's going to come up. National Geographic is a great website. If you can find information from National Geographic, that's a fantastic website. I'm going to start there. Science Magazine. Oh, I'm looking for information about science. Now, this may not be, this may end up being specific. Now, this right here, Quora.com, Quora. Quora doesn't work because anyone could go and post something. It's not an expert if anyone can go and post on there. For that reason, Wikipedia doesn't work either. Let's check Science Daily. Maybe that'll work. It may not, but you know, we can check to see. Now I'm going to start with National Geographic. So I'm looking to see if I can learn more information about my topic by going to this site. Never give information out. If something like this pops up, never give information out. I'm not seeing how it's supposed to X out. I don't know. I don't see where it says close. I'm not going to give any information to them. And I don't see an X. So I'm going to X out of this website because I don't give information out. So this came up. It says reputation. Cats have a reputation for being aloof and independent, but a study of the way domestic cats respond to their caregivers suggests socio-cognitive abilities. You know, this may be a little bit tough. Maybe this is something for adults, and it's, you know, it's more of a for science adults. So I'm going to skip that. And I'm looking for more. Sciencekids.co would be a good website, I would think. So let's see. I'm going to click cats. Hopefully they have a page on it. Okay. Animal facts. Fun cat facts for kids. Now, this isn't really an article. I don't have an author, so I'm going to say this isn't a good resource because it's not really an article. It's just a bunch of bulleted facts. This is fun to read. It may give me information, but this isn't a good source for an essay because I don't know the author. And this isn't, unlike National Geographic, where it's a magazine, it's not a source I know anything about. So, you know, I'm going to keep going until I can find something that would be, I know the, you know, if I'm not finding something, what I can do, one thing I can do is I can search something up that's different. Cats for kids. If you don't find something with one search, try a different search. Dexter's, let's see. Dexter's is a great website. Kittle.co may have some, so let's start with Dexter's. Cats. The scientific family of cats is called Felidae. There's two subfamilies. So we can see this Dexter's article. Now, Dexter's is a fantastic website. It has good information here. It's not a very long website, but it would still be fine. And if I want to be more specific, I could even go to their pages that's more specific right here. So I'm going to point that out. And so this would be a website you could find a quote from. What you would do next is you would submit the two links. You would get the link at the top, Control-C copy. You would send me the link. You could do that in a My Connect message. I will also send a Google form. I will put a link to the Google form that you can use as well below in the Flipgrid. So this would work. Kittle, it's an encyclopedia. This isn't the best resource in middle school. This is not a resource that your teacher would probably want you to use. But Kittle is a good website for you to find resources. So let's try using Kittle.co to search cats information. So let's see. We're getting some of the same things. Big cats. Ooh, maybe I'm going to focus in on big cats and see if I can get information on that. Now, this is cool. See if they've got some cool pictures. Oh, right here. There are 38 species of cats on the planet. That's interesting. But I'm looking about how they're social because that was the topic that I said. So I'm going to look through here to see if I can find anything about the fact that I chose. Um, about that. You know, reading things could also give me an idea for a topic. So maybe I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say for my second one, um, different types of cats make different noise. And I found a quote from the article, so I'm going to cite my source. According to, where did I get it from? I got it from National Geographic. According to National Geographic, and then you copy the quote. I have a quotation mark before the sentence I copied. I have a quotation mark after the sentence I copied. I have my fact, so this is good enough for the plan. When I go to write my actual essay, now I have a quote to use and I have the fact that I want to talk about. The only thing I don't have here is that I need to add more sentences about the fact. So I'm going to use my own words to talk about the fact as well. So this gives you an idea about how you can research and use that research to support your writing. Now, my topic is cats. My focus is on maybe my focus is on uh, how are cats different from dogs? So I'm going to compare and contrast. So my research question is, I'm going to focus that down. I'm going to talk about one specific aspect of cats and compare it to dogs. So maybe I'm going to say, are dogs more social animals than cats? So then I'm gonna talk about how cats are definitely social. And maybe my third fact is dogs are social animals. And I'm gonna find more information about that, find a good resource to talk about that. And then when I talk about how different types of cats make different noises, I can talk about how these different noises can be used to communicate. Maybe some types of noises communicate, go away. I have food here that I just caught and it's my turn to eat. You need to go away so I can eat my food. Maybe noises communicate, this is my home. You can't come into my house. But I'm going to make sure that my facts are all connected to my research question and to the stuff I talk about in my introduction. And in my conclusion, I'm going to, come see my conclusion. Maybe my conclusion is that cats and dogs are both social animals. And my conclusion is that, one isn't more social than the other. They're both really social animals. It just looks different because they're different types of animals. And then my conclusion is going to explain that. So this is kind of what I'm looking for in your essay. After you're done with this, you are going to need me to approve it. I'm going to look over this. If I see, I don't have enough on here, I need you to be more specific. Or, your topic is a little narrow. I'm worried that it is not going to have enough for you to talk about, then I may say that, have you update it. After that, you're going to go to the draft and actually write your paragraphs themselves. Keep in mind, when you go to write your paragraph, I should have 5 paragraphs total. I should have 1 body paragraph. I should have 3. I'm sorry, I should have 1 intro paragraph. I should have 3 body paragraphs total. apologize if my writing is not neat. I am writing with my trackpad on my computer. So 1 paragraph for the introduction. I should have 3 paragraphs total for the body. The body paragraph are all about facts that are related to your research question. Your facts help to answer your research question, and then your conclusion, I'm not going to write out the whole word, I'm just going to say CON period for conclusion. Your conclusion paragraph is your last paragraph, and that is your 5th. Now, your paragraphs don't need to be long. I would say for your introduction, the paragraph should be 5 sentences or more, 5 complete sentences or more. That means I have periods at the end of my sentences. And I'm going to say the same for the conclusion. Your conclusion paragraph should have about 5 sentences also. That are complete. But your body paragraphs are different because you have 3 paragraphs inside. You may not need 5 sentences to explain your fact. So I would say maybe 3 sentences or more, 3 or more sentences for each of your body paragraphs. Now, keep in mind, when you get to middle school, you're not going to have a teacher who tells you your body paragraph can be 3 sentences long. That's going to be way too short. So if you would like to challenge yourself for next year, you could challenge yourself to make sure that each paragraph has 5 or more sentences. That is going to be a challenge, but if you would like to work on getting ready for next year, having 5 sentences minimum for every paragraph instead of 3 for your bodies here, I think would be a good first step. I would even say if you really want to challenge yourself, 7 sentences or more would be a good. But in blue, what I've written here, this is what I'm looking for. 5 sentences for your intro paragraph, 3 sentences for each body paragraph. So your 4th paragraph has 3 sentences. Your 3rd paragraph, sorry, that's a little messy. Your 3rd paragraph has 3 sentences. Your 2nd sentence has 3 sentences or more. And your 5th paragraph has 5 sentences. Does this make sense? Please let me know if you have any questions. I am always here to support you. And have a great week. Look for the connection questions below for you to answer in your video. One of the connection questions is going to ask you to tell us about your plan. You don't need to go into super specific information. However, for your connection question, tell us, what is your topic? What is your research question? And tell us whatever facts if you have decided on, tell us the facts. You don't have to go into a whole lot of detail unless you want to, but tell me what's your topic, what's your research question, and what facts do you have right now. Look forward to hearing what you have to say. Take care.